Hey everyone, Erica here, feelgoodshift.com. Happy Saturday. Yum yum. I hope you're all enjoying your day. Today we're going to talk about dealing with negativity because I feel, one, I'm dealing with my own stuff. Two, I feel like this is a topic that is always, relevant because we deal with a lot of negativity from day to day life. The thing is how to not get tangled in it, whether it's coming from a situation or a person, how to really stay grounded in our power. It really comes from knowing that whatever's happened, you have created to some degree. So if there's a situation in your life right now that feels overwhelming or feels like it's too much for you to handle or whatever the case may be, there's a part of you that has subconsciously created it. Now, I'm not saying that you want this situation. That's obviously not. Otherwise, it would be a welcome situation. What I am saying is that subconsciously we tend to create events in our lives that are mirroring where we're standing vibrationally. And it might be our energetic pattern, something that we learn from our parents. It can be a lot of different things that we've picked up over time, or just our general expectation of what we expect life to give us. And, maybe being in too much of a flow of ease and grace feels unreal or overwhelming, and we tend to go in and kind of sabotage that a little bit because we're used to the drama and we're used to the negativity being in our lives. So the moment that things feel too open or too expansive, sometimes we go into that space of I'm not entirely sure that this is really reality, like this is too good and too easy, so let's throw something in the mix that is gonna throw it out. The other piece to that is like maybe accepting that feels like a lot. Maybe the easier place for you to be is that you can control it and that you can always surrender into it. It's kind of like, I can't control this. This is beyond my capacity. All I can do is surrender and trust that this will be handled in the perfect way in which it needs to be handled, and not fight it, because if it's happening, it's because it's meant to happen. If it's happening is in your vibration, it's going to write itself out. So trying not to like push against it, because then you create more adversity. By you trying to push against the negativity, you're actually creating a little bit more of it. So by kind of like finding your groundedness, finding your ease, finding your flow, and finding like your power, then it's a lot easier for you to kind of like get past it instead of pushing against the negativity and trying to force it to be what you want it to be. Because it is what it is. Like, you can't really go in there and change something that won't be changed or can't be changed, or the only thing that you can do at that moment is flow into it. Maybe you're dealing with a negative person. When you're dealing with a negative person, it's slightly different because their negativity has, more often than not, nothing to do with you. When you're dealing with a negative person, it's their crap showing up, sometimes mirroring your own, sometimes just because that's just who they are, and detaching from it and bringing compassion to it. A lot of people that are like addicted to drama and they bring drama into people's lives and they don't know another way of being, they do it because that's how they get attention. And sometimes by you not giving them that degree of attention, it actually cuts off like the dynamic of, I'm going to create drama and you're going to respond to it, and then I'm going to get attention because now you're responding to it. And it's like, yeah, maybe not. Maybe today I'm going to choose something else that is not going to feed into this cycle of negativity that we keep perpetuating, and there's no need for it. There's always that part of you that can bring greater compassion and try to see it from their perspective and be like, I wonder what this person is going through at this moment in time that would make them react or say or do whatever they're doing at that moment. Of course, that doesn't mean that you give them green light to bring that type of energy into your life, and it doesn't give them the right to invade your space and your frequency at that level. So there's always going to be challenge. Like life is always going to throw something at us to see how we're handling it. It always is a good measure of our level of emotional and spiritual maturity, because at the end of the day, not everything is going to be kosher, not everything is going to be smooth, but our ability to deal with external situations is going to be the true determinant of how we have evolved, or how we're still evolving, how there are still lessons that we need to be learned. I'm at a point right now where I can definitely see things from like a detached perspective and understand a lot of the things that led to the situation coming into my awareness or coming into my experience. So it takes a lot of practice, because eventually you see that, okay, this is how I created it, or this is what I'm continuing to allow, and this is why this is showing up. So at that moment of adversity, like the best thing that you can do is kind of drop down, take a few deep breaths, find that groundedness, find that center, and ask it what it's trying to teach you. Why is this thing showing up in my life right now? And willing to listen with an open heart and an open mind, because you might not always like the answer, because sometimes we don't want to take the responsibility for whatever's going on around us. But the moment that we do, we become empowered in order to be able to do something about it. And sometimes that doing something about it means doing nothing about it and allowing the situation to kind of handle itself, and you reclaiming your power and you reclaiming you to a place where you know that you're still doing your best, that you're still an amazing human being, that you're still doing the best that you possibly are and can, based on where you're standing at this particular moment in time. And just taking that, like, you know better, you do better. And I love that by Maya Angelou. If you want to look up that quote, it's juicy. I like it. So really paying attention a lot as to what's showing up in your life. Do a little dive, like, have you experienced this before? How have you handled it before? Are you repeating the same thing that has happened before? How can we break that pattern? Ask the question, what is this trying to teach me right now? Why can I learn? What can I learn from it? And what is the best self that I can bring into the situation to facilitate its resolution or its healing, or whatever the case may be? Because when you show up at your best, the situation inevitably has to transform. If you're dealing with a negative person and you show up at your best and you show up in like your big space and your big heart, it's very difficult for them to stay in their vibration, because you're countering them with this like bigger, more higher frequency space. So it takes practice, but it actually works. I've actually been known for very grouchy people being really nice to me, or people that other people find really challenging being really warm and receptive to me, because I see them. I am willing to see past their guard and willing to see past their turmoil and see the light that is really shining from within. So it takes a lot of practice, but once you get here, there's so much more compassion that you can bring into the world. There's so much more you and love and really expansiveness and high energy that you can give forth. And that's really what we're here to do at the end of the day. So don't get caught up in negative situations. Trust that there's always a divine plan. Like within that quote unquote problem, there's a solution. And within that negative person, it's just a person, it's just a little child waiting to be loved and wanting to be loved. So just keep that in mind when you're going about your day. Ask the questions, always ask for help, ask for guidance, ask for, clarity when you can't see things clearly, and know that, you're more powerful and you're greater than any adversity that might be in your way, and that you can overcome anything. You just have to set your mind to it and know that you can, you're a limitless being in a human body, and that you have a lot of control over what you create and what you get to experience on a day-to-day basis. So take the empowered route. I truly have faith in you. I know that you can do a lot of amazing things. This is the work of my heart, and you being an empowered being lets me know that I'm putting forth the message, and like just putting that juice in you and that fresh battery, and just having you go out. Thanks, Alicia. And having you really go out into a space where you can handle anything. Like my whole purpose is to empower you, to have you reclaim those pieces of you, so that you go out into the world with a big heart, fully trusting, fully committed, fully knowing that you can do and achieve anything. So I am so grateful to have this ability and to have this message and to have you all as my loving audience every single day when I get on these videos. So Sending you love. If you have questions, you know, you can always reach me. You can comment below. If you have questions, if you're ever on my live videos and you want to ask me a question, shoot me the question and I'm more than happy to answer it live. If you're more shy and you want to ask me in private, send me a message. I'm really good at responding and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can with the best resources that I can possibly provide for you. Yeah, I'm here to be of service. So I definitely want to make sure that, you know, negativity doesn't knock you down, that you're staying positive, that you're staying high vibe, that you know that you can accomplish things, that your mindset and your spiritual practice are like key for any success that you're trying to bring into your life right now. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. Have an awesome Saturday. I am planning on being here tomorrow. If you have questions, if there's topics that you want me to cover, you can send those to me as well. And I'm happy to, again, take them on and give you what I know from my standpoint right now. Okay. Love, love, love. Many blessings. Believe in your greatness. I believe in you. Go out there, conquer the world. Be limitless. Sending you a love. Mwah. Blessings. And until next time, Erica Matos, feelgoodshift.com. Ciao.